for a good one today, people. I'm not gonna lie. Oof. Hmm. Talk about bullying. I don't even know how to begin with this. Yeah, yeah. Take it away, man. Take it away.
All right, so I mean, I'll start with the whole J.K. the Harry Potter thing. Like I
Mhm.
was, so I'll finish summarizing that for you. Since you weren't aware, and most normal people weren't aware, because this is a thing that occurred on Twitter. Trannies were mad, and we may have touched on this on our last segment,
Mhm.
because I did put in like a Harry Potter meme on the thumbnail,
Mhm.
and I put that meme in that thumbnail because I didn't think we were actually going to revisit this so soon. Boy, was I wrong.
Mm-mm-mm.
But yeah, so we're in for a big one today. So, for my co host Karma, who wasn't aware of all of this drama, I'm going to take it back to the beginning. J.K. Rowling, author of Harry Potter, she is a bona fide leftist, a social justice warrior through and through, but she disagrees with them on one little issue, and that's enough for the people on quote unquote her side to all turn against her. And that issue is she doesn't believe that trans women are real women. So, the Harry Potter game, it's been in the works for a while. Past couple of months is when the promotion really started because the game just came out. So on Twitter, trannies were going mad, telling everyone to boycott this game. If you play this game, if you watch someone streaming this game, if you buy this game, you're literally supporting genocide against trannies somehow because J.K. Rowling had an opinion.
I don't
Um,
know. If that makes
yeah,
sense to anyone, please DM it. I need clarification.
yeah,
She's not wrong. I'm sorry.
and they believe this so much so that one of them took the liberty to make a database that will show you which streamers have streamed the game Hogwarts Legacy. So
Mhm.
you can go harass them, or you can go try to get them canceled, or go in their chat and call them transphobic or whatever. So that's already pretty insane. Uh, I don't know. I mean, it's just a video game. I think if you want to stream yourself playing Harry Potter, I don't think you're committing a war crime.
Must have missed something. I mean, it's a fictitious, tale. I don't understand why people get butthurt over something that's not even real in that sense.
Yeah, but J.K. Rowling doesn't believe in trans women, so apparently that's equivalent to genocide if you give her money.
Not, yeah. I mean,
And she had nothing to do with the game, really. She's just getting royalties off of it. So it's like, I mean, like she probably makes more money from freaking Universal Studios with their Harry Potter rides and whatnot,
oh
or
yeah,
like
whew,
or like the
bank.
Harry Potter thing they have in Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
But actually going there and protesting would be would take some effort. So can't do that.
And this VTuber, what's her name? It was this VTuber Pikamee. Am I
Yeah,
saying it right?
yeah.
Yes.
So I watch Pikami, Karma. Not really into VTubers as much as I am. I send him clips every now and then. I've probably sent you clips from Pikami before, but there's so many VTubers now. I don't blame anyone for not remembering.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but she was, in a sense, one of the OGs, and she was like one of the first dual language ones. So she's Japanese, but she's also like half white. So she would stream in English and Japanese. And she's honestly just like one of the nicest streamers out there, one of the most inoffensive people. And she had just come off of a break, and she, like many other VTubers and just streamers and people in general, was excited to play the Harry Potter game. And boy, was that a mistake. She barely even got to touch this game before her whole chat and her Twitter and everything got flooded with hateful messages from the poor defenseless trannies on Twitter.
I don't know what her mods were doing, but that's ridiculous. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah. So today, as of this recording, this morning is when they put out the news that she will be graduating, which is the term that VTubers use for retiring. That's yeah, that's the term they use to put it lightly. And so her company put out a statement, basically just saying, she has like a month left, and
Mm-mm-mm.
they are one of the smaller VTuber companies, but it's still hard to gauge like if they even fought for her or you
Mhm.
know like because there are even VTubers from other companies who are friends with her,
Mhm.
and they would post like their sad reaction to the news, but they can't really even say anything because they would get in trouble with their companies. Because if you actually publicly say anything about the trainees, you're gonna get in trouble. Thankfully, we
Yep.
don't have corporate overlords yet, so we can say all we want.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. By all means, if you're trying to get us, to that platform, then we'll see what happens. But until then, we're just gonna continue to enlighten you guys on, this bullying. This it's not even a stunt. This is just sad. It's
Yeah,
pathetic. Like and they're talking about bullying. See, the bull. I don't. Didn't we talk about bullying in one of our segments before?
yeah, we definitely like. So I'm of two minds on this thing. One is that like cyberbullying isn't really a thing, but in
Mhm.
this case, they were basically flooding every one of her forms of communication, like her Twitter, her chat, her live chat, everything. Um, and to the point where like she was actually getting death threats. And I'm going to try and get like some of this in there because I'm looking at the Kiwi Farms page right now and they've collected
Yeah.
a bunch of screenshots. So
Hmm.
I know for most of our videos, I usually just put a few memes and that'll be our background for the whole video. But
Yeah.
for this one, I'm going to try and actually like maybe have like a slideshow or something with all the different screenshots
Hmm.
going while we're talking. So because people really do need to see, especially for this, like, the quote unquote, the crowd that's quote unquote about love and acceptance and tolerance and all that, just being the absolute worst they can possibly be because someone wanted to play a Harry Potter game.
I'm still reading these forms. There's so much to read. Yeah, for people wondering what I'm reading in on Kiwi Farms. Just looking at at this point, it's like a peer-reviewed article, and those things go like 25, 30 pages deep
Yeah.
minimum. I'm on what 47? Like it's crazy. Like,
So I'll link that in the description too, because oh yeah, that's the other thing I was gonna mention is 4chan. They have their own board dedicated just for VTubers, and when the news went up this morning, they had a pinned thread on it,
mhm.
and I caught a ban for apparently being off topic for talking about not liking these troons
Oh my
because
God.
because they harassed Pikamee into retirement. I caught a ban and they said I was being off topic. So yeah, I caught a ban and other people were saying they caught bans today for that too. Other people got their threads deleted and everything. Like you literally couldn't talk about this on the VTuber board. Like how wild is that? So that's why like I had to go to Kiwi Farms because that's the only place that's not deleting anything right now.
Insane. Insane.
So
Punishing
I
people
will
for
I
the
will
truth.
link that in the description because that has the comprehensive timeline and collection of everything that went down and how and why this went down.
Yeah, I'm scrolling all the
Okay.
way to the.
Okay, yeah, I see it. It's the one with all the screenshots.
Yeah, I'm trying to read all that. It's quite a bit. I mean, some of it's in the Japanese, but it's like, okay, yeah, this one. This one says, this is by. Actually, I'm not even include the person's name. Well, sorry for being silent for almost a month. Thank you so much for all the support. Kind of words you guys gave me while I was gone. I'm lucky. I'm a lucky kettle to have people like you. She put it in translation,
Yeah.
and literally in the corner, bottom right corner, she said she should have just not played at all. Stupid, female dog. So I, I don't know why is that triggering? She's literally complimenting everyone. She's doing what a
Yeah.
excellent VTuber is supposed to do, and you're just gonna call her that word blatantly.
Yeah.
Like
So
that.
this
There's
person is
no.
basically dogging on her saying, "Oh, good. I'm glad you're retiring because you
Uh,
played that game. You shouldn't have played it all." Like,
you,
ah. These are the
It-
people that say like they're oppressed and they're being genocided and shit. And this is all they dedicate their time to, man. Like they don't have real problems. Like
the, the
you are
problem
legit going after someone's livelihood and life because they played not even an hour of Harry Potter. Like, come on now.
is this, yeah, like you said, it's their job. You're getting mad over someone doing their job. Like it's a bit childish if you ask me. It, like I don't understand what she could have possibly done for
Yeah,
this type of animosity to ensue, but it this is a lot about,
yeah.
the troons and whatnot. So I just can't. I mean, it's I don't,
Oh yeah. So
another
you saw
post right
that?
here
You
too.
probably saw that one that said bullied in Japan growing up, thinks Westerners are nicer and tries to appeal to them. Gets death threats sent by deranged trannies for a wizard game she didn't even play. That's the main thing that's been going around today, and that's basically like the quickest summary of what happened.
Yeah, just to spare you the whole article of pages you have to read to understand. Honestly, that's
Yeah, and
it's.
because like a lot of VTubers played this game, but
Hmm.
like it was the VTubers that tried to appeal to the American audience that ended up catching the most trannies in their. I don't even know why they're in the fan base to begin with, but
Hmm.
those are because there were other English VTubers that there was one from another company that that's still getting hate. She
Hmm.
she hasn't quit yet, but like
Okay.
basically her company hasn't really supported her, and her fellow VTubers in her company haven't really supported her. One of them even went as far as to say is, "Oh, she made a mistake by playing the game. Try and look past her mistake." So
Oh my
that's
god.
that's what you're dealing with when you get into English VTubers.
You played one wrong game. What? Guys, help us out. This is 2023, and this is what we're dealing with. Now we're being
So,
censored by the games that we pay for with our own money and decide streaming it with other people that have a thing for Harry Potter or whatever category it is. You're gonna hang us, your nails to the stake or something. I don't understand. I don't understand. I can't. I can't. What was her follower count?
um, I think well at least on YouTube she's near 700,000 subs.
Oh my
Last
gosh.
I heard. Let me check Twitter. Oh, and they said, once she's done, they're gonna delete all of her accounts and stuff.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I don't know why that's like the thing with Japanese VTubers, but usually whenever they graduate, their companies, if they don't delete, they at least make all their videos private and everything. So you can't
All
even
that,
really like see
all
anything
that,
anymore. Can't even go back and watch your favorite clips or streams or anything
all that hard work just down the drain as soon as you sign on a dotted line.
over a
Mm-mm-mm.
game, over a single game that she didn't even get to play on stream. Really,
Like they really talk about friendly, not even friendly fire, man. They just shooting at anything that breathes at this point.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Two
that's
hundred
that's
twenty-eight thousand followers on Twitter.
ridiculous. Collectively over a million or about a million. That's not
Yeah,
even a small. That's not even a small VTuber, honestly.
yeah,
That's it's a little bit aggravating. It's, I, like they really trying to make it all about themselves.
yeah.
It's not. It's not about.
And it's so wild that even the 4chan mods are stepping up to bat for them. Frigging 4chan mods are deleting anything negative you say about them.
They got some deep pockets, man. They got some deep, deep pockets. That is, I can't see another way behind this malicious attack over someone's innocent. I just can't. Like this isn't really supporting their agenda. That's making them more of like the hate group, honestly.
Yeah,
You're everything
They're
that
the
they're
most
doing
hateful
is
group in all this. They're the ones actively practicing hate.
right. They're getting backlash and wonder why people ain't loving them. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
there's a meme about that somewhere too. Has to be a meme.
It's like why aren't people more accepting of us?
Yeah. Oh, now I remember. It's that bike meme where that guy's riding the bike and
Oh
puts
yeah, yeah. It puts a
he
stick
puts a
in it.
stick between it and he falls and he blames. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
I'll try to put that in the video too.
Yo, I can't. I can't. You guys. Like now she's a what's it called? Poster child or that sacrificial child for like all
Yeah,
VTubers now or aspiring VTubers. Like if you want to get into this, you better play the right games now.
yeah,
You can't really play the games that you want to play or you know will get a big audience unless the troons or anyone else in the power that really shouldn't have that type of power says so. It's wild. Bruh, I don't understand. Like they flood your stuff. Don't they have some type of mod shit where they can just have subscribers only? Am I missing something?
yeah. You can do subs only. You could do members only.
Exactly. Like put barriers or blockades in them. But then someone can argue, oh well they could just pay and do that. Well, you just made bank for them to curse you out. Okay. You got bank. You got more money than you did before. It's all about see, some people just need to know how to work on the whole publicity. Even if it's bad publicity, publicity is publicity. You gotta focus on that bag. Gotta have a tough skin.
Yeah,
You gotta be able to do that. Now, in her sense, because she is operating from a company, there are different rules, regulations. That's very unfortunate versus someone that's independent.
yeah,
It's one of the same. It's like, okay, okay. I mean, this is her first innocent. It's not even like offense. It's blatant stupid. It's
oh
stupid.
yeah. She's never had like any controversy at all before,
Crazy. It's crazy.
and like I don't have any proof for this, but to me, it just seems like her company didn't want to step up to bat for her.
Yeah, that's yeah. It's a lot of shady stuff in that nice little meeting room that happened. No, there had to be.
Yeah, and like even some of the edgier VTubers I watch, like even if they were to, to call out the troons, they would probably get bonked by their managers.
Get bonked, right? Like, stop doing that. It's crazy. Like, what? Boycott Harry Potter.
Like
Bullying.
there's this other VTuber. They probably screenshotted it earlier on the thread.
Yeah.
There's this other VTuber. She's Japanese, but she also streams in English.
Hmm.
She earlier tweeted like, "Oh, you fucking cunts, get the rope," and then and then she deleted it, and then she tweeted management punk.
This is the type of retaliatory response those trees are going to keep getting for the animalistic behavior. Just, they're doing too much damage. There's no good that's coming from this.
Cause she was also a big fan of Pikamee, and she was pissed when the news came out. Of course, management had to go and rein her in. They're like, "Oh, can't say anything bad about the
Savage.
troons now,
Savage.
or the banks
She's a savage.
will fuck us over."
Savage, my guy. Savage. She's a savage. Yeah. Get the rope. Oh my God. Yo, yeah, I know there's people that don't feel like she's the only one. I know there's people that
Yeah.
agree
Oh
with that
yeah.
at this point. You target bad people. There's no bad people in this, honestly. You just target good people, innocent people, people they're just trying to make a living. Like that's the worst possible thing a human being can do. Target someone that's just trying to make a living.
Yeah. And when you take away their living, you basically want them to die because you don't want them to make money. You don't want them to be able to afford food and shelter. So you basically want them to die.
And
And it's apparently okay for that side to want people to
mm,
die. But if we dare retaliate, you're gonna get canceled.
so crazy streaming's like more and more political by the day. It's crazy. That's kind of why it takes the fun away from gaming nowadays. I read an article about that, how the gaming generation is like crap now. There's
Yeah,
too many rules and guidelines that you have to obey instead of just, subtracting what you're doing in a 9 to 5 job or in this simulation, and then you put yourself in, a gaming simulation instead. You just can't stream and just, say blah 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 blah, make jokes, corny jokes,
yeah,
X, Y, and Z, like back 10, 20 years ago, you know. Well, I'm gonna say the Xbox era because that was just the pinnacle. No, I mean, some people can debate that with me. You're gonna lose. I was in Xbox era, Xbox 360 era, the invention of trash talking, prime, prime
yeah.
time. We
People, it
can't.
was people of all ages, and no one really got offended. They would just trash talk back.
Literally, they were asking people, "That's pretty funny. Can I take that and use it on some?"
Yeah,
Like we were learning how to trash talk, and
yep,
now it's like, oh, he's like, "Oh, we forgot to put a period after a sentence. Oh, you're banned. Oh, okay."
yeah. Like
Or like,
now, I
oh,
wouldn't like. I don't pay for Xbox Gold, even though I got a Series X. Like I don't dare play online on Xbox because now they'll ban you for anything, and you'll lose all your games. You'll lose your whole account.
can't say anything mean over the parties. They're gonna monitor that. There's even
Yep,
memes that talk trash about Sony. It's like, oh, yo, they got the whole chat printed out when we're in our
yep.
Sony parties. FBI's at your door in 5 minutes. Like, yeah.
Yeah, like I think that's true. Like they actually do have they have like the machine like making transcripts of everyone's chats and stuff.
Almost like
And then of course Microsoft is recording everyone's chats, so all it takes is one person to get teeny tiny bit offended and be like, oh, this person said some mean words, and which is literal violence in 2023, and they'll ban you, and you'll all the shit you spent your money on will be gone.
same. One by one, their pride and joy game consoles are gonna cease to exist. Less and less people are gonna be online because they got banned over their opinion.
Yep.
It's crazy, crazy. Like you have to monitor what you say at work, more or
Yep.
less, and then you have to monitor what you say when you're on the game.
Yeah. You got to
It's
be
like
so
it's,
careful with people like in real life and online because you never know like who's going to be the Karen, who's going to go to HR, or who's going to click report.
report, report, report.
Report, block, block. I mean, well, there's your alternative. You could just block like a normal person.
Yeah, that's why I'm. That's what I'm still trying to understand. Like, cause she could have technically did that though. You
Yeah,
know,
that's why I said I'm of two minds on it because she could have done that and
like
just
even if
not.
she did that though, it's like it's gonna get back to her company anyway. Her company's watching her do this, so it's like
Oh
you
yeah,
really couldn't avoid it.
because people were like, in addition to tweeting at her, they would also tag her company and
Yep, that's
her
it. Yep.
fellow gen mates, as they
Hmm.
call them. Her fellow VTubers, they're tagging them and be like, "Oh, you're employing this transphobic person that's gonna play the wizard game, which supports literal genocide against trans people." So, she could protect herself, but it would, the troons, they never give up when it's as easy as sending a tweet.
Sending a tweet, and the big company's like, okay, okay, no, okay.
Yeah.
It's like that baby that gets whatever it wants.
Yeah.
You just don't tell the baby to like, no, you have to grow up.
Yeah.
It's not how life works. You're not gonna get catered to 24/7. People are gonna have opinions.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna wake up the next day. I mean, you're gonna feel the same. I mean, it's not like it's jeopardizing your well-being for the most part. I mean, it's opinion. It's someone's outlook on it, to say the least. It's not like it's saying like, oh, I'm stating this is a fact. You have to abide by it. Like, it's not life-threatening. I would say. That's just some emotional instability or cognitive dissonance or any of those terminology terms that you want to use. I can't figure out the right one. There's just so many words to describe the lunacy that's
Mm.
happening right now in their cranium. So many. But you're targeting nice people, so I don't know who else is next on the chopping block. Shoot.
Yeah. Well, like when you're targeting the nicest people there are out there, like that's why for a lot of people, this was like the tipping point online. Like I've seen a few tweets from other people who were like, I never really gave a shit about this one way or the other, but after this, It's
Yeah,
like
you're
the
forced.
whole first they came for first they came for Alex Jones and I didn't care because I didn't like him, and then they came for Kanye, and you know
Now it's
now they're coming
VTubers.
for the nicest VTuber ever. What's next? What escapism are you gonna have left if not this?
Yep. But hey, look, they obviously know better. They want to continue on this escapade of yelling. What's it called? The boy who cried wolf or whatever.
Yep.
By all means, go ahead. We all know how that book turned out. When there was an actual emergency, no one responded. Mm, like, wonder why? Wonder why?
And there was another thing that happened yesterday. There's this Twitter account called Common Trans Wins, which
Wait,
sounds like an
what?
oxymoron. Yeah, Common Trans Wins, which sounds like an
Oh,
oxymoron to me.
oh,
But
read.
yeah, so they used to, you know, basically just go after and harass anyone who they deemed as transphobic. And uh like yesterday, it was like yesterday or so, they were caught grooming some 15-year-old, and then the 15-year-old decided to kill themselves. And now the person was like, "Oh, I didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I'm gonna delete the account." So the account's gone, but like,
Mm-hmm,
and I'm
mm-hmm.
glad you feel some sort of remorse, but you kind of belong in jail. But you know,
Let that be any other group of people.
right?
The same thing. I'm grooming this individual to do this X, Y, and Z. You will want that person hanged probably
Yeah.
or in jail on the spot. You want to give them a slap on the wrist. You want to be
Especially
so
if it ends in
sincere.
that kid being so confused they
Very
that they
one
kill
of the most
themselves.
pivotal moments in their life. One of them. And you're like, hey, let me just groom him. Let me just turn him he into she or into any other, color of the rainbow. It's gonna be
Let me
good
just
for her.
get
I
my
know
whole
it.
community to harass and pressure this person into taking mind-changing drugs.
Cause death. It's like one of those, pharmaceutical drug commercials when they come out with a new drug every couple weeks and the side effects may include death. That's
Yep.
literally, but that's the thing. It's not a side effect.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm looking at the pie chart. I'm like, it seems like a little bit close to that 50% mark. But yeah, definitely take the drug though, because, results may vary. Is that what it is? Like you just assume that, oh, it worked for me, which it clearly didn't. It's
It's
gonna
like,
work for
well,
someone else.
it's FDA approved, so why would it be bad?
Yeah, like the FDA. You know what? I'm not gonna say anything about the FDA.
And then
Just
6 months
gonna
later, if you or a loved one have taken fucking troon pills,
Bro,
you
I'm
may be
telling you, look,
entitled to a settlement.
by that they're already in their grave, bro. Like they ain't got no settlements. There'll be a lot of sad people in their office. Yeah, that my
Yeah.
my offspring's in the ground because I didn't do anything to prevent it from transforming into this make believe
Oh,
gender. It's like you still embrace it though. Isn't it great to be that? I'm like crazy. Talk about hate crimes. Like you just adding more fuel to the fire at this point. I honestly
yep.
don't even. It's literally within.
This is gonna create some hate crimes.
I'm honestly, I'm just gonna sit back and watch, and they
Yeah.
have no one to blame but themselves.
Yep. And you're like,
You're
oh,
fine.
how did it get this way? And I'm
Like
just gonna sit there and be like, gee, I don't know. It's a real head
beats
scratcher.
beats me, right? Have a nice day though. I can stick around for that. I'm not. I'm not.
They're gonna be in the
Just,
streets screaming and running. I'm gonna be like,
just
what's going on, big
oh.
guy?
Yeah, what's going on, big fella?
What's going on, big guy?
Huh? Humorous because there's no logic behind it, but dark because it costs people their lives or their
Yeah.
livelihood. So,
And it's humorous because they only have themselves to blame for the growing hate
like
and
what?
just and people being
Crazy.
fed up with them. Like last I checked, threatening people, threatening to kill people isn't a good way to get them to like you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's playing a target on your back, honestly.
I mean,
Especially.
I'm open to debate. I'm open to hearing, why someone might think that's a good way to get on someone's good side. But I don't know. I think I'm pretty sound in my opinion there.
Think about it. That VTuber has an army of almost 1 million between two platforms, and you're threatening that VTuber? Does that even sound smart?
Threatening them, their company, their friends. Someone actually brought up the point that like the Saudi Arabian government like actually
Mm.
does kill trans people,
Oh my
and
gosh.
they are, I think they're like the biggest stakeholder in Nintendo, the biggest single stakeholder in Nintendo right now. So someone was like, all right, so the Saudi government is the biggest stakeholder in Nintendo. Are you gonna boycott them and send them death threats?
Look,
And they were like, well, it's not the same thing, okay? If you
that, that
support J.K. Rowling, you support genocide.
that didn't even answer the question. It's like a yes or no. What? Nah, because they know deep down inside, no, they can't. They got no pull. It's because U.S.
Yeah.
decides to be this big baby. It's like, oh my gosh, and this baby
And
will
you know,
cry.
disavowing all of Nintendo's games is a lot harder than just giving up a Harry Potter game.
Yeah,
You'll be
they
like, oh,
choose
what? I can't play Pokemon anymore.
and they fold. They
Yeah.
fell. They folded so hard. Oh my gosh, there was no backbone.
Well, you know, the Saudi government, they're not that bad. They're not as bad as J.K. Rowling.
Nah, nah. I want them to all go target. Go ahead, everyone. Target Saudi. Go ahead, target that group. Have a good time and record the results. Record
Oh
the
man.
results. I want to see what happens. Ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
Saudi
that.
Arabia.
That's how fucking cognitive dissonant these people are. Like,
It's not the same. Stop.
mm.
Yeah, they argue about the whole bullying aspect, right? They don't want to be bullied yet. You're doing exactly the same thing a
Yeah.
bully would do. I don't understand. You want? Yeah, it's really simple, guys. It's either you want to stop bullying, or you don't. There's no in between. There's no special cases. Either bullying's good or bullying's bad. There's no in between.
Well, you know, it's organized bullying in the name of a good cause. So you know,
There's no good
it's
cause.
like good. Okay.
So bullying is good then, and
No, you
that's a
know, it's only bad. It's only good when it's, when we're the ones doing it.
and like what makes your group any better? Like you can't possibly the people that think like that, you cannot win an argument like that. You can't.
You can't.
Logically, it doesn't make sense. They're gonna say they can,
Well,
and
logically, they don't make sense because they're pumping their heads full of different drugs and shit. So,
I feel bad because I know their conscious deep down inside wants to break free, but it can't because a
yeah.
man-made stuff is in their head and just rewiring things that shouldn't be wired together. But look, yeah, they're gonna be bullies. I mean, shoot, this is America, so we're gonna bully back. It don't matter. It don't.
Right?
There's people that follow the rules and people that don't follow the rules.
Yeah, you wanna start a war, you better be prepared for the consequences.
They ain't gonna win that war. They may win the war in some aspects, but in totality, face to face, they're not winning that war. They're too confused. Too confused. Like, what are they honestly gonna accomplish? You're gonna take out what the competition, and all that's left is just y'all. Well, what else are you gonna? I'm pretty sure they're gonna find a way to even fight with between themselves. I guarantee there's some type of article out there where it's like troons fighting other troons on some stupid stuff. There has to be at this point.
Oh, there probably is. Cause like they get over just like the most minor disagreements. They get so like,
Yes.
oh, I'm never gonna speak to you again. I'm gonna fucking
Yeah.
disavow you.
Yeah. If anyone is watching this, yo, send some articles or put something in the comment section because I'm intrigued at this point. Because as you can see, they're nitpicking at small things, so I guarantee they're probably fighting each other on some
Mm,
nitpicking stuff. Please add fuel to the fire in that
yeah.
aspect.
Because like you were saying before, Pokemon could do all the shady shit she wants, but as long as she doesn't play Harry Potter, she's safe.
Totally fine. I feel like she even could play Harry Potter because that one stream where you talked about like she was trying to get political with some people that higher up. I feel like she
Oh
can get
yeah,
away with
yeah.
that.
She wanted that extra protection, that
Yeah.
special protected class. She wanted to be like a legally, like basically legally protect. That's not what she said, but that's basically what she was trying to accomplish. Is
Yeah. Now,
like,
now I'm
I need female streamers to be like a legally protected class, but like only if
now
they agree with me on everything.
right now. FYI, just in case it does reach Pokemon, we personally, well,
Fight
I
me,
think
one v
you're
one
an
me. You won't.
he wants the 1v1. I've seen a couple of your
I
streams. You seem wholehearted. You have your moments X, Y, and Z. We're all human X, Y, and Z, but we're using you as an example because you are a person of a high status. You have a lot of pull. and from just regardless of what the articles say, you do seem overall like a nice human being, and you do
One v
have some
one me
type of
IRL.
so try not to take offense in any aspect, and if you do want to reply, you know where to find us, honestly.
Behind the monkey bars.
Yeah, behind the monk. Sure, whatever Immortallix said. Yes, but it's kind of ludicrous at this point. It's ludicrous. Like there's the crazy part is there was no respect when trains were starting to come out, and there's definitely none now at this point.
There was definitely a point in my life where I honestly didn't care. I was like, I don't get it, but I don't care. And now it's like, no, I do care, and it's their
You
fault that
forced
I
it.
care.
You forced it.
You
You
forced me
forced
to
us to
care.
care. So mission accomplished. You say you want us to care, you got us to care. But it's not on the same terms. I'm sorry.
Yep.
No, no,
I
no.
I went from it's not for me, but you do you to now I care. Congratulations, I care.
Because it can be literally anyone at this point. At this point, it feels like if you're not trans, you can potentially be canceled. That's what it sounds
Yep.
like. I can't, I don't, I can't be what? A straight guy anymore. I
Yeah.
can't.
Like people have been posting this other meme. It's the one of like Peter Griffin getting the electric chair,
Hmm.
and then they put the caption "Me in 2030 getting executed for being straight."
Y'all really have an issue with straight people. Anyone that's biologically programmed to like the opposite sex because there's two genders.
And there was another one.
That's
It's like
wild.
me in 2045 getting executed for being a cis white male.
But as you can see, people make these memes because it's a joke. It's not a joke because of the ramifications of their process, but jokes in terms of mentally, this
I mean,
is how they
it's
think.
a joke for now, but who knows?
Honestly,
I mean, neither of us are white, so we have a few extra years, but
yeah, yeah, we're part of the minorities at this point. But it's like troons versus straight people, and
yeah.
there's a lot of races that are straight compared to races that are troons. So I assume that we're in allegiance with
I
them.
would just say troons versus sane people.
It's like Civil War, except that we're Tony Starks and they're like be a person, She-Hulk or something.
Twerking She-Hulk.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's like the
Nah.
Chad versus Virgin
Yeah.
meme. They're the virgin twerking She-Hulk.
Oh my gosh. That walk of shame. Oh man. It's not even a walk of shame. Like that's a double standard. I'm not gonna lie, people, but yeah, it's wild. He
We're
scored.
the Chad bigoted transphobes.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like that's not why we just all can't get along. Like I'm all for forgiveness, but at this point, it's like y'all don't want forgiveness. Like y'all really don't. I'm gonna be real, because you just
Oh,
keep
it is too
pushing
late
and
for
pushing.
forgiveness. It is too late.
Honestly, I don't think it's too late.
Okay, well,
As long
karma
as
will forgive you.
they have to pay a large lump of money, though, I'll say that. Then I'll forgive you,
Lump sum.
because none of this is free. You cost quite a few bodies, so those bodies add up, and you're gonna need that type of
And
reparation.
that's of the people we know about. Just imagine all the shit
Yeah,
that doesn't get posted on the internet. You know?
right. And it's probably more egregious than what we're hearing now, and
Yeah.
for good measure, honestly. But it's
And
cool.
people like to be
Cool.
like, oh, but the Catholic priests, they touch kids. Like, when was the last time you heard of that happening? Like,
I mean, we're not discrediting that. Let's just
yeah,
lay
I
that
mean,
to you. We're
obviously
not
it
discrediting it.
happens, but like
You
on the
know,
fucking level that this shit is happening these days.
think about it. Yeah, yeah. Like, okay, yeah, you bring that up, but do they get in trouble? Let's see. Is it brought to light? Is there some changes that are being made? You have to look at those
Yeah,
types of questions. If it is for them, but it's not for trans,
yeah.
make it
Like
make sense.
usually, if that happens, the Catholic Church will be like, all right, get the fuck out.
I
At the
mean,
very least, and then they end
it's
up in jail
pretty
or
simple,
worse. Yeah,
pretty straightforward.
like I'll see. posts on Twitter would be like, "Oh, I would trust my kids at drag queen story time over over a Catholic
Bruh.
church," and it's like, bro, what?
Whoa.
Yeah, I legit. So, I went digging because I found this artist on YouTube. I was like, oh, I like this guy's music. Let me check out his Twitter.
Yeah.
And then he retweeted that one tweet of like drag queen story time, and it's like I would trust my kids at fucking drag queen story time. And then there's like a video of like these drag queens parading around with the kids, and they're all in
Yep.
like these
I saw that.
over sexualized outfits as drag queens are. So like, I mean,
I must.
if you would trust your kids with the average drag queen over any old Catholic church, like, I don't know.
Question your
I don't know what to tell
parenthood.
you.
Question your parenthood. Question your parenthood. There should be really laws at this point that dictate whether or not a person's
Yeah.
able to have children, because there's not a lot of suitable parents out there. Half the time, which is a bold statement I'm about to say, is I don't think half these people want to be parents. I'm gonna put that out there. Half the time, shoot, from personal experience, some people just do it and it was just a mishap, a hiccup.
Yeah. Some people just do it and they don't think or care about the consequences, and other people are just excited to bring someone into their fucked up corner of the world.
Crazy, crazy. But as long as they don't have to maintain the responsibilities of bringing a child into this world, and they have someone else do it, they'll look the other way. It's like you seem like a reasonable adult, dressed up like a drag queen, probably on some type of illegal drugs or whatever drugs they're on. Yeah, I'm gonna give my child
Yeah.
to you. I'm gonna continue doing what I was doing before I had the child.
And
Wonder,
that's where the grooming comes in. It's like, oh well, obviously drag queens can't give birth, so what are they gonna do? They're gonna find a local concentration of kids, and they're gonna say,
crazy.
oh, we're just educating them. There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing strange going on here. It's perfectly normal
Yeah.
behavior for a man to dress up in BDSM wear around kids. Like what?
Kids don't know any better. They're just distracted by all the flashy colors. It's all programming. They're smart. They know what they're doing.
Like even if you think that's okay, like why does your pretty pubescent kid need to be around that or see that? Like I don't know. These people are on some other shit.
Like people will literally lash out at their own relatives if they were to groom their own child. You know what I'm saying? Like you see it on the TV show Steve Wilkos and all that. I know it's entertainment, but that's not to devalue the fact that this does actually happen in real life. Um, but the general
Oh yeah,
response
if
is
like
like,
if like a
no.
if even like an aunt or uncle just like says, "Oh, you can have cookies before dinner tonight,"
Hmm.
Like some parents will be like, "No, don't tell my kid what they can and can't eat."
Right?
Meanwhile,
No,
you have these other parents who are just like, "Yeah, sure, go to drag queen story time. Why not?"
mm-hmm. Yep. And come back and see your kid dressed in clothes that they really shouldn't have, with a different mindset and possibly some drugs in them, because you don't know, you wasn't around for it. And wonder why they're like, "Oh, Dad, I'm not a male. I'm just non-binary." What do you do with that?
It's like, where'd you learn that? Where'd you learn that,
Mm-hmm.
Sonny?
And he's like, "Oh, this drag place, yada yada yada. They're so nice and friendly. I like the way that they do X, Y, and Z.
Did
I
you
believe in
did
what they
you
say."
did you learn the alphabet today, or any math, or anything useful, or
No, no. I mean, an alphabet, but then they start going down the alphabet of things like that really shouldn't be said at a minor.
LGBTQ?
Yeah, right. Rest of the alphabets don't matter except for LBG. I'll be crying. But yeah, it'll be too late. Be too late by then. Well, not too late. I mean, you got until puberty to probably do something. Afterwards, I'm sorry, I can't help you with that. Um, Actually, no. What's the youngest one I've read so far? What was it, like 9 years old?
For
I think
what
it's article.
exactly? For
The
like
the,
me,
tran
like actually making the transition?
well, starting from the grooming and transition. So like
Oh,
introduction to the training, and then wearing the clothes, talking like them, then the
I mean,
operations and
oh,
hormones
so
and all that.
the other day I was just scrolling through Instagram
Hmm.
and the UCLA, one of their posts popped up as an ad,
Hmm.
and they were like, "Oh, we need to oppose this bill. This bill is, very transphobic." And the bill was literally um, you know, make it illegal to give a sex change to like 7-year-olds. I don't know. I think that's pretty sane, pretty normal, pretty sound. I mean, it's wild that we got to the point where we need such a bill, but if we need it, you know, we need it, and I do think we need it because there was like thousands of people in the comments being like, "Oh, this bill is so transphobic. Why can't we get 5-year-olds hooked on hormone treatment?"
I'm like, what were you doing when you was 5 years old? That's
But
it.
that's how you know. That's how you know
That's it.
that they know that they're groomers is because they they get cut off from little
Mm,
kids and they see that as such a huge detriment to their side. They see that as such a what's the fucking word? Why is my brain going blank?
probably for
But
good
like
reasons, man. It's probably for good reasons. This shit doesn't make sense. It's like, stop, stop, stop.
yeah, they see that as like such an assault towards them that they can't
Mm,
get 5-year-olds hooked on hormone treatment. Like that's that you like if that upsets you that you can't sell HRT and estrogen and testosterone to a 5-year-old, if that upsets you, if
trauma,
it upsets you that you cannot cut their junk off before they even hit puberty, if that upsets you, you are a groomer
trauma.
and you deserve the rope.
That's a trauma. That's a trauma. I can't figure any other reason why they would target an innocent person. They were
Yeah.
literally alive for 5 years, and then you guys gonna take them out before the age of 10 or 15. They were on this earth for about anywhere from 5 to 15 years, and now they're no longer here. You don't find that alarming by any chance? You don't think that the way that society has been with just science and chromosomes XX and XYs mean anything? You thought that was just jargon, just make believe stuff. It's crazy. You just thought you could just rewrite biology.
Well, I have this paper that a college student wrote, and it's in the peer review database, so it must be fact. And it
Poor
said the
soul.
gender is actually a spectrum, and there's actually 72 genders, and there's like 49 chromosomes.
I was like, show me those chromosomes right now. If I see an XX and XY, I'm putting you down. That's it. Putting you down gently. Put that, put that in the box. But nah, it's it's wild. It's wild. But hey, again, if you want to focus on, depopulation or, having a whole generational gap because of that, by all means, that's where we're headed towards. So, yeah, I hope y'all ready for that.
Yep. Well,
Think about it. All these people that died, they really could have been something special that the US needed. Because we're all not
yeah.
going to be on this planet for long. And at this point, I'm seeing like everything just being eaten away like acid. Like there's gonna be us. Oh yeah, we're at three. Let me check where we at right now. 330 or 40 million?
I think it's like 340 something million
340
in the
million.
US.
340 million. And then we're taking away people's livelihoods and their lives. And we're putting, but that translates to again generational gap and unemployment going higher now, creating more desperate people to go into services or works they really have no business being in,
Harassing people
increasing
into
stress,
suicide.
harassing people to suicide. A lot of negatives are coming out of this movement, guys. Y'all need to wake up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, not
I gotta
feeling
wake
the
up.
love there.
No, there is no love unless I or we become one of y'all. Then this is like a whole picture rainbow. It's like, yeah, you're with us.
It's like
No,
unless you're flying that tranny flag,
I'm
you're
good.
you're next on the chopping block.
Just no. Like they wake up every day. I wonder, people that cause people to commit suicide, they wake up, do they feel any remorse? Or do they just continue on and move to the next individual? That's what I
I
want to
mean,
know.
like some of these tweets harassing Pikamee, some of them were like, yeah, it's good she got death threats. Like she deserved it. Like she know what she was doing playing that game. Like these people are just evil. There's no other way to describe it. They're just evil to the core. Some of them.
Now, if we decide to make a database to track all those people that got her graduated, and start doing the same thing to them, I better not hear one word from them.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Just
all's
playing.
fair.
We're just playing by their rules at that point, right? Should
All's
be
fair in
fair.
love and war.
Yep.
All's fair in love and war.
And they started the war.
It's crazy. It's crazy how powerful internet is nowadays.
Yep.